Okay guys, I've been wanting to do this video for a long time. This is the setup on my Chevy 2500 HD four-wheel drive truck. It's a 2002 model. We've been traveling now for 7 months, and we've tried several different ways of doing it. I wanted to be able to have lots in the truck, lots of stuff in the truck that we need for the dogs. And this is where Angel, the poodle, small poodle, and Dixon, the dachshund, sits in between Tina and I. It's what we have here on this section here is, of course, Angel's bed and a cushion. Then we keep a regular trash can, like an office can. We have other bags underneath this bag, and we use just like the dollar store bags. She keeps the napkins, straws, and things of that nature back here, and we have also dog food in the backpack there. Here is where I keep all my maps. I have a map case, but I'm using atlases. If the GPS has got me messed up, which it happens, believe me, I can ask her and she can look and tell me exactly the next town or about where we're at on the map. I'll give her a city when we're going through that town, and I'll say, we're in this town, see if you can find it on this highway, and she usually looks it up just like that. So she's a really good backup navigator, that's for sure. And like I say, Tina's riding shotgun up front, and she's got enough to deal with dealing with Dixon, the dachshund, to keep him out of my lap. You've seen the back seat. I'm going to get into more in the back seat. There's a lot of stuff in this truck that you cannot see, and that's the reason why I've been wanting to do this video. So let me go up front and show you what we got. Okay, as I'd mentioned, my mother has the dog food in the back. Well, Tina keeps the dog bowl. This is the water bowl we use for the pets. It works fantastic. You've probably seen them before. You can buy one at Petco. Tina has bottled water we keep up front. She pours a little in, she gives it to the dog, and then normally she'll pass it back to Mom, and she'll give the poodle some. If the poodle needs more, we just keep adding. If there's a little bit left over, it's real easy. We just stick it out the window, dump it, collapse the thing like so, stick it back in the door, and everything's fine there. This is Dixon's harness that he wears. We keep the leash up front close by. Mother has also one back in her compartment area back here where she keeps the napkins and the straws and stuff. She has a harness for Angel. Now coming through to this side here, you'll notice that we have a pad here also for Dixon to set on. He normally has a blanket, you know, that he uses, and but his is dirty because we just got back and it's being cleaned. Our drink holders are right here. Of course, we have to keep the armrest up, and I do have things stored in the armrest. I bought this at Walmart. It's in backwards. Actually, there's two drink holders on it at the very front. It may be hard to see because this thing's black. But I turned it around, stuck the drink holders up front. You can set things in there if you want to, but I use this mostly for my cord system that I have here hooked up to the cigarette lighters so that we can charge our phones. I've got a charger for Mom's phone. Hers is different than Tina's and mine. But this is my camera, my digital camera that stays in my vehicle. I finally got it set up right, got it adjusted right, and got it the way I wanted it. And I run this thing all the time for, you know, safety reasons, or reasons to be that if, you know, something happens in an accident, I have proof of what happened or what occurred. I keep this running. Now, if you'll notice, the cords are up here. And the greatest thing, and let me show you this, I gotta get this out. If you don't have a set of these, get a set of them if you're planning on doing something like this. Because you'll notice, I mean, I do have a group of wires here, but these are all unpluggable, you know. But my camera here, my GPS, there's no wires coming down in front of the dash or anything like that. And I wanted to run it in behind this molding. Of course, you know how it is. You can damage stuff pretty easily. But these little tools here you can buy. I bought them on Amazon. I think I paid just a little bit for them. It wasn't much. I mean, maybe $6. And Jerry and I put these in, and it was just fantastic. I'm sorry, mosquitoes are eating me up in here. Back to Arkansas. So, here they are. They're just little plastic tools. You can pry with one. You know, get it pried open, get the wire in there, then you got one you can push it in. And we did this, and it worked great. I mean, these things are good. These are used by a lot of body guys that have to, you know, repair the inside of a car or something like that, or take door panels off, or even guys that install radios and things like that into your car. These are great. So you might look at that. Now, down here, I have two flashlights. I've got to do reviews on these. I hadn't had a chance to, but this thing is bright. I mean, it is bright. Doesn't work when it's plugged up, but as you can see, that is a very bright light. Maybe you can see that compartment better now too. I really like this light because of this reason here. Not only that it's bright and it's small, and actually I can clip it on the bill of my hat if I need, to do something with my hands, like look at my truck and work on it. But if I hold the button down, there you go. It's got the strobe. I like that strobe. I mean, it's worth it. And it's always charged. I never have to worry about having a battery for this thing. None whatsoever. Now this one is another one by the same manufacturer, but it holds 4 AA's. And this thing has also the strobe feature on it. Double click, there you go. There's the strobe. And I could take this and lay it on my toolbox at night to get people's attention so it won't get run over. So it's really a nice feature. I like this flashlight here. But like I say, if it's going to sit in here very long, those batteries could go dead. I have a pair of gloves, have a few writing pens that I like using. This is hand sanitizer, Germex. I have a big large bottle I keep inside, and I fill this one up and keep it in here, because when you're traveling, you're going into places and stores and stuff, and a lot of people, they're sick and they got colds, and you'll get some. I'll tell you something else. This stuff is great for cleaning your glasses or any type of screens or anything, because it evaporates. It leaves no streaks. I just put a little dab on a cloth and clean my glasses, or clean my sunglasses, or clean the screen on my GPS or whatever. Hand sanitizer, guys, great for cleaning glass. This is my Garmin GPS, which is really a nice one. It's brand new, so it should be up to date. It's not real user friendly, or the menus are tough. You get in the menu, you got to keep going deeper and deeper, and I get confused on it if I don't use it a lot. But what I normally do is I go in here, and let's say it says where to. All right, you're looking for a Walmart, and there's always a Walmart. You hit that, and it will pull up the nearest Walmarts to you. So it's pretty nice. It works really, really good. I like the part about being able to find the Walmarts, because there's always a Walmart, and they're friendly to RVers. If you guys got time, I want you to hang around and see what I've got going on in that back seat. All right, now I've gotten the dog bed out. I've got the trash can out. There's a few items I want to show you that were underneath those that I want to tell you about. Of course, Kleenex. Mom has Kleenex. But this is a file that we keep under this armrest that stays here at all times. And this file is full of nothing but our personal medical records for me, Mom, and Tina. So if we go into somewhere, or if we get injured, I have everything that I need to tell the doctors, type of medicines, type of treatments we've had, and things like that. So I keep that with us. I don't keep this in the RV. I keep it with us in the truck. This is something else that you need. You wouldn't think much about it, but change. Change is always something that you're going to need when you're traveling. We use it a lot, at laundromats if we have to do our laundry. But you never know when something might be closed and you need something to drink, like a soda or something like that. There's always machines out on the sidewalk, so that's change. You got to keep change. All right, guys, I know y'all seen my video, or most of you have, on my Molly pack, my Bugout bag. Well, there's no place to put a Bugout bag in this truck without it taking up a lot of room. So what I have done is I've taken my Bugout bag and I have broke it down completely and took it apart. Now, I'm not going to take all these items out just to show you what's in them, but as you can see, this is a Molly pack system. Here's a fire extinguisher, which is not going to go in my Molly pack. It's not a big fancy fire extinguisher. It's a regular kitchen fire extinguisher, but this thing could knock out something pretty quick if you needed to that was on the vehicle, if you're there and you can do it fast. All right, so I've got that, and in here, flares. I've got these. I've got some that I've cut down and made shorter, so that I can lay these out behind the RV if we get in a situation that we're, blocking traffic, or we're taking up a lane, or, something to let people know that we're there. Then back to the pack system, I've got enough shelter here for 6 people. I've got enough food in these bags to sustain 3 people for an entire week with like your Mountain House and those type of foods. I have a cook system. I have 3 stoves in the cook system. Let's see if I can reach that cook system. Here it is. And the cook system has pots, as you can tell by the shape. Pots, pans, got grills, Inside there is alcohol stoves. There's also probably 15 different ways to start a fire. I've got extra bottles in here that are like the kids' water bottles that goes on bicycles that are aluminum that I can put water in them. I'm not too concerned about keeping them fresh because I'm using them all the time to give the dogs water with, and then I refill them. But I do have ways to purify those. Each one of us have a canteen and a military canteen and a cup. Oh gosh, I can't think of everything that's in here, guys. You know, fishing equipment, trapping equipment, there's a lot. Now, not only is it here, it's also here too. And as you'll notice, this is my first aid kit. This is the tent that I was telling you about. It's in a Eureka, big enough for 3 people to sleep in. This is our foods, all the Mountain House foods I was telling you about. Of course, I do have some camera equipment, some tripods in here. I also have a very large umbrella, and I don't know if you noticed, but Mom had one of the little short pop-out umbrellas up there in front of her seat. So we're covered pretty good. Now, this is not all of it, but this is most of it. Let me get this back the way it goes, or it will never go back in there right. Hang on a second. It's all a tricky situation. But I've done it so much that it works. I may have showed you before, but inside my toolbox that I added a extra good lock to, of course that's the dog seat that I took out a while ago. Inside this toolbox, I have all my tools. I have a very large amount of tools in here to work on the RV or work on the truck. I also have 20 gallons of diesel in here so that I can refill my truck. So on that 20 gallons, I can go 200 miles on that 20 gallons easily pulling the 5th wheel. I can go a lot farther if I'm just bugging out and leaving the 5th wheel behind. Of course, I also have all the storage area in the back. You know, you can store stuff in here. If we have to leave, I'm going to take a lot of things out of the RV and throw them in here. I have 2 propane bottles that I use. They're secured in here with the flight cable, with a lock. I can put the tailgate down and I can use them to cook. Of course, I have the cook stove, but it's in the RV. That'd be something I would throw in here. But also in here is the frame that I was telling you about that I have, that is a backpack frame that's used by outfitters to haul like big game out with when they quarter it. So it's a frame alone, but my MOLLE pack system will fit right on that frame. Also in my MOLLE pack system, I have other small backpacks, kind of like kids' backpacks that you'd see at school. The kind that really fold up small into a small bundle. That way, if it's more than I can handle, I can break it off, put some items in it, and let Tina carry a backpack, and Mom could carry a small backpack too, so we could carry the items better. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. This was really trial and error, 7 months of traveling, just learning how to get everything else to operate on the inside. Right now I'm looking at a way to put a rack up here and get me a kayak, because I have really enjoyed seeing these guys with these kayaks and talk to many campers. It's a great way to catch fish. So guys, thanks again for watching.